Well, first of all, hi.
Hi.
Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
And we're going to meet your family here a little bit later on. So you're attacking this head on. It's the worst time of life anyway, in some ways. Best time, worst time, adolescence, kids, dating, mean girls, all of that. And yet you come to it as transgender. You're right out there with all of it. So far, how is it going?
You know, it's going pretty well. I mean, being a teenager is hard in general, but you know, I have my friends who support me and love me for who I am, and they really motivate me and get me through this. And I have such a supportive family as well, and they really embrace the fact I'm transgender and taught me just to be proud of myself. So, I mean, I'm getting through it, and if someone says anything mean to me, I just push it aside and say, I don't care what they think.
Easier said than done, though, some days,
Yeah,
I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember first seeing you, was it the Barbara Walters special?
Yeah, in 2007.
In 2007. So you were how old at that time?
I was 6 years old.
And you knew from a very, very, very early age that what your body had been born as was not what your body was meant to be, correct?
Correct. Right from the start, I knew I was a girl. And, you know, the way I expressed that to my family, to my parents, was by gravitating towards Barbies, dolls, dresses, everything feminine. And, you know, it wasn't just that I liked these girly objects, but I knew I was a girl. And I was so thankful to have such supportive parents who just showered me with unconditional love and accepted me for who I am.
Did you actually have the thought process, I'm a girl, or you just gravitated to it?
I knew I was a girl. Like, I never considered myself as a male.
And at what point did you and the family decide, okay, let's just go with it, it's fine?
Well, when I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with what's now called gender dysphoria. And, you know, at the time, my parents were confused because they had never heard of someone so young transitioning. So they waited a few years until we approached a new school in kindergarten, and when I was 5 years old, I officially transitioned.
Now, a lot of people are just learning about how to talk about all these things. Like, you don't like, or it's not the proper thing to say you were born a boy, right?
Correct. I say I was assigned male at birth because I was never a boy. I wasn't born a boy. I was born a girl trapped in a boy's body.
And the issue, and pardon me for get into it, the genitalia, did you just feel like you had the wrong genitalia?
Well, when I was so young, I didn't even know the difference between genitalia.
Yeah.
I thought the way I classified gender was boys like trucks and blue and girls like pink and dresses. But then, you know, I would take baths with my brothers and my sisters, and I'd see the different private parts, and I'd say, why don't I have my sister's body? Because I'm a girl. And that's when I started figuring it out a little bit.
And at that age, from what you can remember, how were classmates, how were play dates? What do you remember from all of that? How did kids treat you?
Well, in preschool, when I was not fully transitioned, but I started wearing girly clothes, a lot of the kids just didn't understand, and they'd still call me a boy and make fun of me a little bit. And throughout elementary school, I was officially a girl, but I wasn't allowed to use the girls' restroom. And, you know, that was terrible for me. I didn't understand. It was so unfair to me. I just wanted to pee in peace.
Yeah, but now the parents, though, with some of these other kids, were not everyone was always welcoming, right? I mean, you were able to change things about the bathrooms and soccer, right?
Yeah, correct. When I was 8 years old, I was banned from playing travel soccer. And, you know, after...
With the girls' team.
On the girls' team, correct. And after a 2-year-long battle, thanks to having such supportive parents, I'm kind of condensing this here, but the United States Soccer Federation passed a policy in which all transgender players are allowed to play.
I was watching a clip of you, I don't know how old you were, this was maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You're texting away. There's a cute boy's on the other end. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to figure out how to handle all of this. What do you tell him? How he reacts? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, you know, dating in general is something hard for a teenager and a transgender individual. And for me, you know, when I see all my friends starting to get interested in boys, and I'm just kind of like, here, boys don't really like me as much because I'm transgender, and they think that if they like someone who is transgender, that it's gross and that they'll be called gay for dating another boy. So, I mean, it's been difficult for me, but I know one day I'm going to find the right guy who is just going to love and accept me for who I am on the inside. And, you know, I'm willing to wait until I find that special someone.
And you do go to the doctors because you are taking special medications, right, to help suppress basically puberty, correct?
Yeah. I'm on the hormone blockers, in which, completely block the testosterone, in which I won't develop as a male. I won't get masculine features, beard, mustache. That's like my nightmare. And, I get to, I don't have to develop.
Is it weird that we're asking so many questions? Because it is just fascinating, I think, for a lot of people, and I don't mean to be so technical in asking the questions, but is it weird to have to...
It's completely okay. Like, I wish that one day it could be something that's normal and everyone will understand, but right now we're not quite there yet. So I'm here to educate other people until they really know what it means to be transgender, and therefore they can become accepting and loving. And
also, you've said this, Jazz, and it's true. Answering these questions is saving lives.
Yeah.
Because there are kids watching, they're going through what you went through without the support that you have, without the understanding that you have.
I always say, if I could change one life or even save a life, that this has all been worth it. And that's just something so rewarding and really motivates you to continue sharing your story.
All right.